Welcome back to Better Kansas City. Now take 5 to care and break out some markers and paper and a pen to make a difference in the lives of some very special children. And joining us now is Jana Rojas and Beth Evers from the For Elysa Foundation to explain how we can get involved with letters from angels and the reason behind it. And Jana, if you would just kind of start from the beginning and tell us your story.
Sure. Just under 6 years ago, our oldest daughter, Elysa, became ill very, very quickly, spiraled downhill over the course of about 48 hours and ultimately died of sudden cardiac arrest in the hospital. At that time, we had no idea what had happened. She had what looked like a typical preschooler's virus. The healthcare professionals who cared for her, we had about a dozen different people caring for her, didn't know what had happened. Yes, right. This is our Elysa. And so because of that, at that time, we decided we needed to learn as much as we could about what had taken her. Ultimately, she was diagnosed with a condition called myocarditis, which is inflammation of the muscular layer of the heart, the middle of the heart. We didn't know anything about it. It's not very easily diagnosed. It's not something that is typically on a parent's radar of something to consider. Fortunately, what that is an uncommon reaction to a common illness. In North America, it's primarily caused by viruses, and it's the viruses you pick up off the shopping cart, at gymnastics class with your kids.
So just a normal everyday type sickness a kid would get, and then unfortunately that was her reaction to it.
Right, that was her reaction. It's in kids and in adults, but it's not commonly in people who have other heart history. And so when a kid goes into the hospital with an illness, they don't typically think to check the heart. So we developed this foundation to provide education of both healthcare providers, those first-line providers in the emergency room, in the pediatrician's office, in the general practitioner's office, that would see it but maybe not catch the signs as much as a cardiologist would. Also to educate people in the community so that they can protect themselves and protect their children.
Well, speaking of that, what are some of the steps that, I can go home and talk to my wife about? We have 2 kids. We have a 10-year-old and a 5-year-old. Are there some warning signs or some symptoms that we should be on the lookout for? When our kids get sick, that could maybe indicate this type of diagnosis?
Absolutely. The main thing to look for is an illness that seems out of proportion with what you would expect. So if your child's been sick for a couple of days, then it goes into a week. They go back to school, but they're still not able to keep up with their peers. They're falling behind in PE class in the soccer field, and they don't seem like they're coming back out of it as quickly. That's oftentimes a sign of chronic cardiac compromise that you wouldn't have otherwise thought of. In Elisa's case, she didn't have a fever, but she was acting really sick and really drowsy and lethargic. She had swelling in her face or in her legs. That's a common sign. Also really cold hands and feet. An illness that's just out of proportion with what you would expect would be a good time to contact your healthcare provider and possibly consider that. And
then Beth, can you tell us a little bit about the foundation itself and what our viewers can do to help out?
Certainly. So yeah, first and foremost, we encourage viewers to check out the website. It's www.forelysa.org. And at the website, you'll be able to learn all about the tenets of the foundation and also how to get involved. Right now, what we're promoting is our Letters from Angels campaign. And as you can see here, we have a variety of examples of some Valentines that individuals and groups of people can get together and make. We have, at this time, 14 different locations across the nation that are doing this very thing and creating Valentines for children at area hospitals. And so we encourage the folks in this area to get involved as well. And if you do want to learn more about that, about what, for example, Children's Mercy Hospital is requesting this year and things of that nature, you can check out the website, and you can also email us for information about drop-off locations and or mailing information, and that's at forelysa@outlook.com.
All right, and For Elysa is FORELYSA. .com. So we want to make sure you get to the right spot on the internet. So, well, Jana and Beth, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Guys, take 5 to care and take part in Letters from Angels, again, with the For Elysa Foundation. Like they said, you can mail your letters to KCTV5 or drop them off here at the station. Our address is right there on the screen. The deadline is January 31st so that we can get them to Jana and her volunteers in time to sort and bag them, then distribute. For more information, go to kctv5.com and click on Take 5 to Care.